It's a hat-trick of wins for Sri Lanka as they have cemented their place in the Super 4. Afghanistan is going to be extremely disappointed with their performance. We are back at Cricbuzz Live to discuss all this and much more. I have Rohan Gavaskar and Murli Karthik. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We know we wanted it to be a good game of cricket. That first innings, Nabi gave us all that excitement, but Sri Lanka came out. They were very calm, very composed. Everyone came out, chipped in. So just a perfect day for Sri Lanka today.
100%. I mean, other than those 2 overs when they were fielded, the 19th and 20th over, you've got to say this is the perfect game for Sri Lanka. They were dominant for the first 18 overs when they fielded, and when they batted throughout that 18.4, not for a minute it looked like they were in trouble. Lots of credit to Kusal Mendes and the way he played, the experience of Kusal Mendes, Kamindu Mendes also towards the end, excellent cameo. When you look at the scorecard again, I mean, if you haven't seen the game and you have a look at the scorecard, the big difference is in the Sri Lankan batting scorecard, there was only one batter who went at a strike rate of less than 140. While with Afghanistan, it was the exact opposite. They were, the batters struggled and only it was Nabi towards the end who got them to that 169 score. So the batting was where, Sri Lanka were much stronger.
But Karthik, they just looked like the more dominant side. They were calm. They didn't look like they were, at any point feeling like this game was going away from them. They had everything under control.
Look, I would say that they were helped to a great extent by some real poor bowling. I'll be blunt and say that. Because you cannot have 3 bowlers going at 12 runs and over. That's too many bowlers to carry. On a day, the odd one can have an off day. You can't have 3 bowlers, 3 primary bowlers having an off day. Noor, Omarzai, not Omarzai, I'm saying Farooqi. Farooqi just started poorly, finished poorly. Think of Mujibur Rahman going at nearly 12 runs and over. Doesn't help. You think of the other 3. Azmatullah Omarzai, I don't know why he was used after that, because he bowled reasonably well. Mohammad Nabi got that breakthrough, getting that left-hander. Rashid Khan tried. But you could just look at the stark contrast. 6.67 and 5.75 and take the combined economy of the other 3, 12 runs and over.
But what was it? Do you think it was pressure?
I don't know what it was. They were just bowling wayward. There is, what do you say for wayward bowling? You can't bowl 1 in, 1 out, 1 down the leg, 1 outside. A captain is going to tear his head out.
Yes.
Literally. What do? You can see, we spoke during the comm box. Rashid Khan and Mohammad Nabi, I think if they were allowed, they would have gone and punched a few. That was the kind of rage you could see on their face. What do? You've got experienced bowlers. Noor had to shore up. Noor was going at 12s and bowling all over the place. We spoke about Farooqi. You're the lone seamer who's the senior seamer. You're allowing the batters to get away. Then what do? Once you get away to a start, then you're only playing catch-up and you're trying to only put a few bandages here and there. So I would say very, very, very poor bowling from Afghanistan, which allowed Sri Lanka to come back. Otherwise, with that kind of bowling, we've been raving about their bowling. We've been talking about their bowling, that this is a bowling lineup on this track, on any track, the varied attack, and then it was all varied.
Rohan, we made them the second best Asian team. We, like Karthik saying,
even in the bowling, we said the second best bowling lineup.
Yes. Yeah. So do you think it was just an off day, or do you think maybe the pressure of having this must win was kind of playing on the bowlers' minds?
Well, you can't write off an off day when you've lost 2 games. You've lost to Bangladesh, you've lost to Sri Lanka over here. So it's not an off day. It's not a good tournament for Afghanistan, considering the fact that, we've all said second best team, etc. So I don't think it's a tournament that we'd like to forget as soon as possible. But while you forget a tournament like that, you've got to try and see what are the areas you can improve. Yes, one might be a pressure situation. Can we handle the pressure? Again, in today's game, you look at Fazaluk Farooqi. He's such an experienced campaigner. Okay, he's not had the best of tournaments, but again, the first over set the tempo. Then you've got someone like Noor Ahmed.
It's been a while as well.
It's been a while. And then you look at someone like Noor Ahmed. We talk about Noor Ahmed and say, oh, is he now going to take over from Rashid Khan? That's the kind of build-up we're giving Noor Ahmed. And rightly so. It's because we've seen in the past he's performed, he's delivered, and he's been one of their star bowlers. He went for runs. Now, as Catty was saying, Fazaluk Farooqi is the lone seam bowler, the spearhead of the fast bowling department. He's gone for runs. So in a sense, the senior bowler. And then Noor Ahmed, another stellar performer. When that happens, that 169 target, which we thought was going to be an extremely stiff target, turned out to be a very easy target for Sri Lanka.
And like Karthik saying, it was just wayward bowling because they were bowling down the leg, they were bowling wides on the off stump, so it was all over the place. So it was not like they stuck to a plan at all.
No plan, and like Karthik also said, what does a captain do over here? You tear your hair. You're thinking, listen, I've given you a plan, I've set a field according to what we think we should be doing, and it's just not working. Can happen at times to a bowler, but when it happens to 3 bowlers, it's, well, what do you do? I mean,
well,
like more than 50% of the overs bowled, and that's the case with the bowlers.
5 and 12.
Yeah.
Yes.
3 bowlers, you look at it, maybe 5.5 and 12. And then add to that the kind of fielding. We saw Sadiqul Atal 15-20 yards inside. It's easier to run in, never easy to run behind. And those are straightforward chances. Those are the ways you come back into the game. Those are the ways you help your bowler. So, too many mistakes to count today. And no wonder Jonathan Trott doesn't have any hair.
We saw him with those expressions. He was really, really upset, especially that catch, the Atal catch, which was dropped. But 16 extras as well. That's almost 3 sixes. Of Nabi.
Yeah, and you think of 3 6 of Nabi, you're right, because that's the difference. But you've got to, I mean, okay, yes, it just eases things out, but along with the extras, it's everything. The whole package combined today, when they fielded, they just weren't in it. Well, look, Sri Lanka, like I said, when Sri Lanka fielded for 18 overs, Sri Lanka won top. It was only the last 2 overs in that blitzkrieg of from 120 to 169. That gave this score a competitive edge. But you've got to doff your hat out to Sri Lanka and say they were by far the better team today. So the most deserving team won.
Yes. Also, Karthik, we were talking about how Sri Lanka, were a little bit, they had a tendency of having those mini collapses. But today, clearly, they came out. Even though Nissanka got out early, we saw the Mendes square come in and do what was required. We saw even the captain of Sri Lanka chipping in with 17 of 12. Kusal Pereira getting 28. So everyone chipping in, which is what the team wants.
Yeah, very much so. And when they needed it, look, because Kusal Mendes was the linchpin over there. He's 74 or 52, he looked very dominant. And think of the others, they all came in and had that mini 140, 150, chipped in with those kind of contributions, which makes a huge difference. You need small contributions, but important and telling contributions. And also just think of, we all come back to the Afghanistan bowling, just think of Noor Ahmed. We spoke about him, we lavished praise on him. He didn't even finish his quota of 4, but he bowled 9 wides. And I think that is the maximum by any bowler in the history of T20 in Asia Cup. So not their day. But again, you have to give credit where it's due. You could have thought that Sri Lanka could have gone flat after the blitzkrieg, which Rohan spoke about, but they came back strongly. They came back with a plan. And yeah, again, I'll come back to the same thing. Sometimes you can have all the plans, but if you're helped by the opposition bowlers and the opposition fielders, then it makes things doubly easier. Kusal Mendes, I thought, batted beautifully. There was a lot more fluency to his batting today. Unfortunately, Nissanka went early, but Kusal Pereira, once again, somebody who can literally take the attack to the opposition. He's got very, very similar to Sanath Jayasuriya, the wristiness. He came in when I think the left-hander at Kamil Mishara had fallen, and then after the first ball, played a lovely little sweep shot. That tells you his confidence against a nice delivery from Mohammad Nabi. So again, they never allowed the pressure to come back onto them. So that was good from Sri Lanka. And again, sometimes the mistakes that you've made in the previous games, and again, I'll come back to the same thing. Very rarely do you have perfect games, but you can actually correct the mistakes that you've made. And especially going into the competition, if you're talking about peaking at the right time, making the right noises at the right time, I think Sri Lanka will be extremely happy that they're qualifying in such a convincing fashion.
Dominant manner.
And what they'll also be very happy about is someone's raising their hand when needed. We've seen Nissanka with those 2 half centuries. Today, Mendes came up, 74 runs. So he's played that knock when it was required. When Nissanka got out, he said, all right, I'll steady the ship. Great knock today, 74.
Unbelievable. I mean, you look at that, 10 fours in that innings of 74, strike rate of 142. And these are numbers which in a sense don't tell you how he controlled this chase and how he controlled the innings. Because normally you look at a strike rate of 142 and you say, yeah, okay, it would have been a good innings, not a spectacular innings. But in the context of the game and the context of the chase, I thought it was a spectacular innings.
Also very smart. We were talking about the 1s and 2s, which we saw in this knock, which just sometimes go so unnoticed, but that's what kind of builds a good innings.
Yeah, very much so. Absolutely well said, Saimi, because when you bat well, when you stitch together an innings, you also look at what you have done, apart from the boundaries that you have hit. And also the boundaries that he hit. There are times where the bowlers do present. We did say that the Afghanistan bowlers did present, but you also have to cash in on that. You have to put away the loose balls. Just take yesterday, Saim Ayub was presented with a wide ball, but he hit it straight to third man. That can happen in T20 cricket. But the way Kusal played, putting away the bad balls and then running hard. Every time he had a partner, he did take those singles and never allowed pressure. And that's what you want in a game like this against an opposition like Afghanistan. So we'll be extremely happy. We saw a very subdued Sanat Jayasuriya. You mentioned his emotions when Velalage was getting hit. But when they were chasing, you saw a very subdued Sanat Jayasuriya who was pretty happy with the way his wards actually chased this down.
Also, Rohan, just the perfect way to get into the Super 4 as well, because you want this confidence, you want a dominant win getting into the Super 4.
And like I said earlier, this was a game where, Karthik said not many are perfect games, but this was as close in a sense because your bowlers did really well and then your batters, as you said, someone or the other stood up. So, dominant performance, extremely convincing win. You've gone into the Super 4s saying, you can't take us lightly in the Super 4s.
Well, it almost feels like the childhood once again because India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh are through. We will have a look at that points table because Sri Lanka have won 3 in 3 and they have gone in. And because of Sri Lanka's win, Bangladesh gets that Q next to their name. There'll be a lot of happy Bangladeshi fans who were obviously watching this this match because they knew that it was right.
Well, they're passionate fans.
They were there at the venue as well, wearing their Bangladesh jersey, and as soon as the winning runs were scored, they were jumping in joy.
So two countries were celebrating today, but it is great news for Bangladesh as well. They couldn't qualify on their own merit, but they did finally qualify, which is what matters. And now they'll want to make the most of this opportunity, Rohan.
Well, Bangladesh?
Yes.
Well, absolutely. And look, we keep talking about, the passion that their fans have. And I've experienced it firsthand because I've been to Dhaka, played club cricket there. So, and I've got a lot of Bangladeshi friends. So I've experienced that passion that they have for the game firsthand. So I'm really happy for the fans. But now that they've gotten, and like you said, it's like a bit going back 10, 15 years where it's India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. Bangladesh will also be saying, look, they'll put their hands up. And they say, we haven't played our best cricket up until now. But here's a chance to redeem ourselves. We've been playing test cricket since 2001. I think 2001 or 2003? 2001, Sabah Karim's test debut. So look, we've been playing test cricket for 25 years. We've now got to show what a good side we are. Because they have talent. They've not played up to potential in the league stages. But now they've got an opportunity. And sometimes, look, when your backs are to the wall and everyone's sort of written you off, that should bring out the best in them. And hopefully we'll see a really, really competitive Bangladesh team.
Yeah, Cricbuzz has a whole lot of Bangladeshi fans. So congratulations to all the Bangladeshi fans who are up watching us at Cricbuzz. We really, really like the passion that you all come here and watch us with.
And you should also tell them that when we talk about Bangladesh, there's nothing against Bangladesh. It's just that everybody wants Bangladesh to do better because of the talent.
Because of the potential they have.
Yeah, and the fact that they've been around for a much longer time. Everybody will say, see, you guys keep saying that Afghanistan has leapfrogged us and all that. We have qualified.
No, but the truth is that because we know the potential that Bangladesh has, we just want to see that potential on ground as well, which I'm sure the fans want to as well.
Yeah, and also very much. When you look at this tournament as well, Bangladesh can turn around and say we lost one game to Sri Lanka. We were not at our best, but the game we needed to win, which was Afghanistan, to stay afloat, we did that. And we won 2 out of 3, and we can only get better from this.
And also, you know, Afghanistan had that first game, which was a dominant win. And everyone said, okay, this is the second best team in Asia. But then it was Bangladesh who stopped them. It was the dominant win that Bangladesh had over Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So clearly they have also worked their way into the Super 4 because they managed to stop Afghanistan.
Well, they did. It's not just about... See, the reason why we all said Afghanistan had a better chance was also because of the net run rate. You'll have a look at the net run rate now, even though Bangladesh have more points, then net run rate is in negative. Afghanistan still has a plus 1.2 net run rate. So look, Bangladesh, I'll tell you, it's you look. They've got a really good structure at home, but in this tournament, yes, they'll say we've lost only one game, but you expect them. The Afghanistan game was a close one.
Yes.
In the close one, in the sense we all thought Afghanistan would win, but Bangladesh, because of the way they're playing, we thought Afghanistan would win, but Bangladesh surprised us all. They played really good cricket. They won the game, and as Cathy was saying, that was the crucial game.
Yes.
So look, well done to Bangladesh. They're in the Super 4, and hopefully we'll see some really good performances from them.
It's also going to be a booster shot for Litun Das because he's been the newly appointed captain. So going into the big Super 4, what are the tick marks that he needs to keep in mind?
Look, their bowling has been pretty fine, but once again, it's the starts that you want. They've had a few changes up top. Litton himself, after that first game, his performance has tapered off. And just the overall consistency in whatever you do, it's about they fielded brilliantly in that game against Afghanistan. Yes. So to maintain those standards, even when the writing is not on the wall. So you need to maintain, if you want to be a dominant nation, why were the likes of Australia and South Africa so good? Because of their fielding, not just because of their batting and bowling alone. And think of a team like New Zealand, even if they're not doing anything right, they will always be throwing themselves. Their fielding is always gun.
Yes.
So you want to be like that. And most of them are young. Most of them are very fit. Nowadays, the fitness parameters are very, very stringent. Every team follows that. Everybody is following a certain pattern. So there are no excuses which can be given because at the end of the day, you're representing your country. And again, their bowling is fine. I think their bowling is fine. Rishad bowled really nicely. Yes. Mustafizur has been in fine form. It's just that you want to make sure that your batters are in order as well. Because again, it's a low-scoring tournament. So you have to find a way to get a par or an above par score. Today, I thought it was an above par score, but it was undone by some poor bowling. So you want to maintain those standards at all times.
Well, it's whatever said and done, Bangladesh is in. Yep. Sri Lanka is in. With
Pakistan is in. India is in. So you had to expect that these are the 4 senior
at the start
senior brothers in Asia. So they are in.
The senior brothers are in, but we have to doff our hat to Sri Lanka as well. We've, I think, not spoken enough about Sri Lanka because they've gone about things quietly and managed 3 out of 3.
Yeah, look, that's all you can ask of a team, right? You go out there, win your games, and make a point, make a statement. I thought the big statement was today.
Yes.
I thought the big statement was today because I thought 169 would have been an extremely challenging score. So if they'd won it in, say, the last over with a ball to spare, you'd say, oh, excellent victory. But just they've cruised it. Not, as Karthik said, aided by some shoddy bowling, but they've cruised it. Not for a minute did they look like this was going to be a problem in getting to 169. Just in control. And again, Mendes, you got to say, the way he batted, cool, calm, collected, knew exactly what role he had to play in this chase. And I don't think you can praise him enough.
Well, our predictions haven't been on point. Both our predictions
Yeah.
have been. Just trying to make it into a group. But can we
No,
say
you
that?
can be honest. I'll put my hand up and say that I've not even been close to anything good anywhere, so it's okay.
No, but can we say our prediction, not with our scores now, can we say that Sri Lanka is going in as a second favourite team now into the Super?
No, our prediction, we both said that at the halfway mark, Afghanistan are favourites.
Yeah.
Because maybe a part of us wanted Afghanistan to win because we are big fans of Afghanistan cricket, but that wasn't to be. Maybe there was a bit of...
I actually thought not. I mean, yes, a part of us weren't, but I thought Afghanistan were favourites simply because when you look at that Afghanistan scorecard,
And also the score they put up.
every batter struggled, except for Nabi, who in that last over really got them to a respectable score when he got 60 off 22. But you're thinking, okay, listen. So when every batter struggled, and you get to a score of 169, you think, wow, this must be a really competitive score. Obviously, there was the due factor that came in, which also, helped Sri Lanka a little bit. But the reason, at least I thought, was simply because when you look at that batting scorecard and you see everyone struggling with the bat, and then you think, okay, listen, Sri Lanka have got to chase 169 with what we've said as the second best spin bowling lineup in the tournament. You're going to come up against them. So you're thinking, okay, the odds are stacked against you over here. But like I said, just kudos to Mendes.
Well, kudos to Sri Lanka, kudos to Bangladesh as well. We have another game happening tomorrow. Let's have a look at what's happening as India take on Oman. This is match number 12 at Abu Dhabi. Big game because it's an India game, so it's always big when India plays. We know that this is a game, India has come into this game very confidently. It's a team that on paper, on the ground, has just looked really dominant. But coming into this game, do you think we'll see quite a few changes? Maybe resting a Bumrah, maybe just giving a few other people a little rest, or we'll see the same 11?
I would hope to give a break to all of them who are sitting out, in fact, to be honest. You never know whom you might need, and again, you're qualified. Somebody like an Arshdeep needs to get a gig. He's been waiting in the wings for too long. Jitesh was possibly talked about as the main wicket keeper. Maybe push Sanju Samson up the order and allow Jitesh to play. Give a break to a few players. I have no issues.
Arshdeep in for Bumrah?
Arshdeep in for Bumrah. Get Rinku in for Shivam Dube.
But Shivam Dube has also hardly had any...
I know. Maybe you get Shivam Dube also.
Yeah, you need...
Rest, Shubman. Give all four a break.
Yeah.
So this, your feeling, is almost like a practice game?
Yeah, it is a practice game. You're going to... As we've been saying that you can get India A, India B, and then you'll be strong enough. So these are strong boys who are sitting out. Think of Rinku.
Yes.
Think of Rinku sitting out. Jitesh has been very good. Arshdeep is possibly one of your principal wicket takers. He can't get a game.
I don't think there'll be wholesale changes. I think there'll be two changes. Yeah.
I'm saying give everybody...
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I think Bumrah will be rested. Arshdeep will come in. And can we have a look at the squad again? I think
Sanju to open.
Sanju will stay.
At number 5, he's just not been tested because he's not needed to come out.
And look, who else do you
Surya
give?
can rest. Shubman can captain.
You're
not going to give Surya a rest. You're not going to give Shubman. Tilak will want to bat. Sanju will want to bat. Hardik, maybe you can give Hardik a break. I think Hardik and Jasprit might get a break, and you might see Rinku and Arshdeep come in.
This is almost like having a buffet breakfast, right?
Yeah.
There's so much of variety. You don't know what to go ahead with, especially at that dessert counter. There's just so much that you want to grab your hands and eat everything. But when you have a day like today, when 5 sixes were hit, you want to see Rinku play. Yeah.
Look, you want to see Rinku play because I think, I'm happy in a sense, but it's a bittersweet this thing that a player of Rinku's ability and quality, and a player who's put in these performances can't find a spot in the 11, which again tells you the depth of our team at the moment. The kind of ability these players have is just mind-blowing.
I think he'll have to start practicing bowling.
Clearly, everyone will have to do what
because he's a gun fielder. He's brilliant. He's a great boundary blocker.
For the first few years in IPL, he was coming in as a fielder.
Yeah, correct.
Like, for KKR.
Correct. And I think he's one of the coolest guys under pressure, ice rink. And then
start bowling. There are certain players who you look at and your heart just goes out
Yes.
to them. You're their fan. Like I'm a big Rinku fan, so I'm a huge, you want him to do well. You're always praying for someone like Rinku to succeed. So hopefully he'll get a game tomorrow.
So he needs to get a chance to be able
Yeah.
to succeed. So
Yeah.
it's just really tough with India because even up top, we've seen Abhishek Sharma and the start that he gave us. So there was so much discussion because we also have a lot of Sanju Samson fans in the house. There are a lot of Sanju Samson fans all across India. He's come down.
All across the world.
All across the world. So he's coming down to bat at 5. Will we get a chance to see him tomorrow or not? It's another question mark which we wouldn't have answers to.
Well, look, like I said, I don't think we'll see too many changes. I think we'll see maybe 2 changes. Hardik getting a break and Jasprit getting a break because, they've spoken about...
Maybe Akshar gets a break as well.
Could be, maybe. But I think these 2 at least would you think, okay, Jasprit for sure, you get Arshdeep in and in place of Hardik, you get Rinku in. That's how I see things happening.
So we'll have a look at Oman then because India is just... I mean, you write us and tell us what you all think should be the playing 11 because we've had so many discussions, so more options the better. We'll have a look at Oman's squad and see what we can expect from them because it's the first time India and Oman are meeting each other. They've lost 7 ODIs, 7 T20s on the trot. Positives for them, Karthik?
I would say Amir Khalil, the way he bowled was pretty impressive. And then again, very surprised that Jatinder, who actually I've seen for a very long time, you want as a captain to do well. He's not actually done really well against the better nation. So that's a bit surprising for the quality that he possesses. But overall, I don't think they'll be happy with the way they played. They had a good chance against UAE maybe to prove a point. But literally UAE coasted to a victory against them. It's interesting. Look, they've made wholesale changes to the side. Just think of what they've gone through. We spoke about this. Many of them are not even in the country who have played for Oman. So it's a tough gig. It's been a tough gig against the big boys. But I would say Amir Khalil has been a bright spot for me.
Rohan, I remember a long time ago, a bunch of my friends, we were playing cricket together and you came and joined us. So when we were playing cricket together and you have like an India cricketer come and play with you, it almost feels like, wow, this is exciting. What if I get to get him out? So I almost feel like Oman will be excited to play.
Also, please say that none of you all got me out. Don't say
No, you hammered us and I think had to get a bunch of 14 new balls because you hammered them all across the field. But I just feel that the excitement when you play with a team which is so dominant.
Without doubt. Because look, this could be... as an individual player, if I was part of that Oman team, I'm thinking, wow, when I get that opportunity as a batter or a bowler, if I produce something spectacular, I could be talking about this and telling my grandkids about this, right? I got Surya Kumar Yadav out.
Yes.
I got Shubman Gill out. I got, as a batter, if I'm a batter, I scored a 30. I scored a 40 against India. I scored a half century against India. These are things you can take away from the game and tell your kids and grandkids about. So it's definitely a big moment. It'll be a game that they're really pumped to play because, you always pump yourself up when you're playing against the bigger teams because that's who you want to prove yourselves against. So I think it's a great opportunity for them. In no way am I saying that it's basically a David versus Goliath.
Yes.
Right. They've got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Absolutely.
Heavyweight versus featherweight.
Yeah, they've got nothing to lose. Even if they get hammered, let's say it's a complete, hammering where India win with 12 overs to spare.
Yes.
No one will say anything to Oman. But when I say they've got everything to gain, if they make it a close game and yet they lose, the fact will still be saying like, look, wow, Oman took it to the 18th over.
Yes.
It's a good game. It was a tight game. They'll get a lot of confidence from it.
All right, then, your players to watch out for tomorrow's game.
The name I mentioned, Mr. Khalil.
And from India's
From India's point of view, I'm thinking Kuldeep will have a field day if he's playing. I think he should play because he's in great rhythm and he's somebody who needs game time. And 2 man of the match awards back to back. He'll have a field day if he plays against Oman.
I'm going to go with Jatinder Singh. And I'm going to go with Arshdeep.
That means Arshdeep's playing for Rohan.
Yeah,
So
because I think Jasprit will take a break. I mean,
Yes.
you've spoken about workload management. You don't need to exert yourself against Oman. So I think Arshdeep will come in. And that's why I'm going to go with Arshdeep.
all right then, you all have heard it from Murli Karthik and Rohan Gavaskar, but we're still waiting to see what your playing 11s for India are going to be. So do write in on X and wherever else you'll want to. We should now do that
Joy
joy
factor?
I know Rohan's gone.
No,
Thought
no.
He went away for 2 hours to think about
No,
the
and
answer.
I thought and I came up with a big fat 0.
Oh.
So there was nothing that like nowhere close to the vicinity I could think of which can come up with the answer.
He went
still-
away so that he could get a bullseye.
I got a
Yeah,
bullseye.
getting there. But we'll have a look at the joy factor question of the day first. If Siam Ayub, Shahid Afridi are joined second in this list of Pakistan batters, followed by Kamran Akmal, Mohammad Hafiz and Babar Azam as joint third, who holds the top spot?
Someone who's hit the most sixes? I don't know.
We'll just look for the
Can
answer
be.
and see who's won it because Karthik and I are not bothering. Let's have a look at the answer. It's
Most duck. Yeah, I knew most
something.
ducks. Yeah.
Oh, Imran Malik, most ducks in T20 eyes.
And I knew it couldn't be Ayub because he couldn't have hit so many sixes. I should have just, because of the ducks he's had, I should have thought about most ducks.
And we should have thought of it because Sam Ayub
Yeah.
has 3 ducks
Once
in
we
a
know
row.
the answers, we always
Yeah, I
feel
know,
that
I
we
know
can think
that.
of
But
all
you
these.
just feel so
Yeah, yeah.
silly after seeing the answer, right?
True, true.
Let's have a look at who got it correct. I'm sure there are lots of people who did. Bavari Shetty Sai Krishna gets it right. Well done. I don't know if you've seen your name Bavari Shetty before. So if this is your first, congratulations. If it's not, congratulations because it's incredible how you all keep doing this. And it's incredible how we've got a bullseye man sitting here in front of us. I'm sorry, it's not Murli Karthik. It is Rohan Gavaskar.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank
I am
you.
like
Well done.
I am like Siam Ayub.
But
I'm
you can
only
clap.
getting ducks.
Hey,
You
thank
can
you.
clap for him.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
no. Real this thing. First you ignore me, then you don't clap for me.
And also, I may slip it in. I also got another
No,
prediction.
you are
You're
getting
still
it.
top
You're
of the
on
table, top of the table. Quietly going about your job, making sure, there's no
Wow.
one coming close to
So
you.
this is just where we were yesterday, right? You were second.
I was joint second with Dooley,
Oh,
and I think now,
you're up there.
yeah, pressure's
Only
on.
Karthik, you're still up above Harsha Bogle. That's a positive.
No, I don't. My benchmark is higher. Harsha Bogle was never my benchmark.
But yesterday it was.
Yeah, yesterday I wanted to be above him, but my benchmark is my own self, and that is where I'm letting myself down very badly. Batting like Siam Ayub right now.
The same
I'm
old.
getting only ducks. I think my name should be there. Who got the maximum number of ducks in this
But I
prediction
think
game?
You are getting a day off because you need to
Work on my
re-energize
games.
on your prediction game. So I think you have a day off.
I took 3 days off.
Didn't help.
It's not helped.
Maybe one day. Maybe this one day will help. Rohan,
And no traffic troubles for
no
him.
traffic troubles today. I'm sorry, it's not been the best day for you with regards to any predictions. Hopefully, it changes after a rest day tomorrow. Rohan, no rest for you at
No.
all. You can go back.
No
to
rest
your
for the wicked.
No rest for the winning bullseye man as well. So
Right.
I think that sleeping bag here should.
Honestly, get a nice little sleeping bag, get the
Yes.
AC on. We get lovely food here. It makes sense.
So I think you can go to your comfortable hotel room. Rohan, you can continue camping out here. Everyone will be back tomorrow at 7:30. So do join us there. Thank you, Rohan. Thank you,
you.
Karthik. And thank you, everyone, for watching. We will be back tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.